डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Namaskar, welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. I am Dr. Pritibha Ser. Welcome you in the lecture series of Master of Science Information Technology program at the Chaitanya Studio for the subject MCIT 103 Internet and Web Design. The objective of this course is to provide you the conceptual and the technological development in the field of Internet and Web Designing. The course focuses more on the comprehensive knowledge of the Internet and its application. Since the World Wide Web has become an integral part of the Internet, therefore, the focus of this course is also on the basic concept of web design. Why we need to learn the Internet, technology and the web designing? The things are changing rapidly as the world is progressing. In this modern world, the people are using the advanced machine to do their work. The computer is the most advanced machine that people use to do their work. A computer without internet is like a body without a soul. It is almost impossible to imagine a world without internet. The simplest activity such as the communications and entertainment are heavily reliable on the internet. Internet connects different computers and users. Today, the internet does more than just connecting the computers. The internet connects people, lives, stories and business. It is the source of information, social platform and business network. The internet has a diverse usage depending on the needs of individual. Due to the growth of internet, there is an abrupt growth in the web content. And the people focus more on highlighting their presence online. For that, the major focus is on designing the website and web pages. The design of website can either make or the business that you are trying to deliver. It actually makes a difference on how your target audience view your business and at the end it can potentially turn them into your customers. If the website design that has the impressive user interface will result in a much better conversion rate which can lead to the better business and revenue. It offers great career prospect to the people who have skill to design the website and web pages. There are many companies that employ the web designer and developer for their front end and back end web development project. Moreover, you can work individually as a web designer and set up your business. The important professional part of this field are front end developer and the back end developer. So the agenda of today's lecture is we are going to discuss the introduction to internet and intranet and extranet, how to connect with the internet and the network topology. Introduction to the internet. Internet is a global network that connects the billions of computers across the world with each other. It uses the standard internet protocol called TCP/IP to connect the billions of users worldwide. It is set up by using cables such as fiber opticals and other wireless and networking technologies. At present, the internet is the fastest means of communications between the computers across the world. Right? So this is all about the internet. Now let us discuss the history of internet. Internet was started evolving during the 1960 to 1970 by ARPANET. It's called as a Advanced Research Project Agency Network. During 1980 to 1985, it introduced the TCP/IP protocol. The first web page and social network and graphical browser was invented during 1990 to 1995. During 1996 to 2000, they have introduced the Google search engine, Amazon, eBay, Blogger, and so on. During 2001 to 2010, the researcher has introduced Twitter, iPhone, social networking, Bootstrap, and so on. And in 2011 to 2015, the Internet of Things. They have introduced the Internet of Things, e-commerce, and driverless cars, digital marketing, and at present we are using the virtual reality, IoT based medical devices, and machine learning. Right now we are using. Okay, so this is all about the history of the internet. Now, what are the applications of the internet? Basically, the internet is used for the instant messaging, right? You can send and receive the messages, or you can communicate to anyone using the internet, such as email, voice chat, video conferencing. Nowadays has been possible with us. Using GPS technology, you can get the direction to almost every place in the city or a country. You can find the restaurant, malls, or any other service near your location. You can find the petrol pump also, ATMs also. You can purchase online, right? Like you can purchase the clothes, shoes, you can buy book, you can book the movie tickets, you can book the flight tickets and railway tickets, as well as you can also pay the bills online, such as electricity bill, gas bill, and college fees. Apart from this, online banking is also done with the use of internet. You can check the balance, you can transfer the money, you can get the statements, and you can request the checkbooks nowadays. You can sell the products and services online also. It helps you to reach more customers and thus increase your sales and profit. During COVID pandemic, many offices are giving their employees to work from home, right? And without internet, it is not possible, right? So internet, many companies allow their companies to work from home, and it is only possible with the use of internet. You can also listen the music, watch videos and movies, and you can also play the online games. With the use of internet, it helps to your for career building. You can search the jobs online, you can send your CVs through email if it is required, right? So these are the applications. These are not limited, unlimited applications are there available, but just we have highlighted the common applications which have been used by the end user, right? Now we will see the advantages and disadvantages of the internet. As we know that internet is basically used for email, 24 by 7 availability of the information, right? Online chat, net banking, e-commerce, entertainment. You can download the software from the online with the use of internet, right? Along with the advantages, we also have uh, limitations of the internet, right? And what are these? The first one is the theft of personal information. As the internet connects all the computers to each other, so hacker can quickly identify the computers that are vulnerable to the attack by scanning the millions of computers. So the computer hacker can steal your personal information and can hack the accounts which can be used for the identity theft, and that can be harmful to you personally. There is a negative effect on the family or social communication, such as the social networking sites provides the option to make the thousands and millions of friends, and you can communicate with them, right? Online games are also available that allows the players to communicate with others. Although the social networking sites also provides you can provide the benefit to find the new connections all over the world, you may find yourself disconnected from the real friends. The internet can also lead to the depression, right? As many tends to everybody try to compare their lives with others on the social networking sites. Internet can be the addicted. If person is spending much more time on the internet connected devices, he can be addicted to the internet. An internet addictive person can lead to spending his precious time over the internet rather than doing some productive work. Apart from this, we have the disadvantage called as a pornographic and violent images, right? So in modern times, there is a huge amount of internet content is available over the internet. So there are various resources that contain the large amount of data, such as Wikipedia and some other sites that are not more useful for us. This is also visible, right? Such as pornographic and violent images, right? They might and if we don't want to see even explicitly or implicitly, it is to be viewed by the user, right? And definitely it did distract the individual's mind, right? Apart from the there is also problem of the threat. Another issue with the internet is the cyberbullying, and it is rapidly increasing over the years. Sometimes you can be attacked over the internet by the hackers or by unauthorized persons, and this can be harmful to you by stealing your personal information. And if you are spending your more time on the internet, so it will be easier for the hacker to find your personal information through the various means, right? You can also get unused unimportant the spam messages, right? Okay. Apart from this, you can be have some the mails which are coming from the unauthorized sites, right? It can lead to it can be in the form of viruses, and it can be downloaded at your site, right? So these are the disadvantages, right? It can also affect the focus and patience of the individual, right? People can also face the health issues and problem of the obesity, right? So these are the disadvantages of the internet. Now let us go ahead the concept of internet and intranet and extranet. What do you mean by internet? As we already studied that it is the global internet, it is the global connection, millions global network where the millions of internet users are connecting and they are sharing the information to each other, right? But there is a concept comes here, intranet. The intranet is basically built for specific users of the organizations, like college intranet. The intranet is specifically used by the employees and the students of that colleges, right? Academic institute. Okay. So there is if somebody is trying to access from the outside of this intranet, they would not be able to access without the proper authentications, right? So it is completely limited usage. Okay. Then the things come into the picture, that is extranet. What do you mean by extranet? Basically, when the internet wants to, the people, those who are using the internet, then they want to connect with the internet. For that we do require the extranet, right? So the organization has to install the extranet server to connect with the outside world, right? So as you can see in the figure, you can see the extranet server has been installed within the particular organization, and if somebody which is from the organization want to access the outside world, right, the request is coming from the extranet server and it will be sent to the it is sent to the global network, right? And accordingly the user will be able to access the internet, right? So the extranet service is compulsorily required if people, those who are working in the organization, want to access the outside world, they want to connect with the outside world, right? Along with if they want to limit the use of internet within the particular organization, right, internet server is compulsorily required, right? So there are advantages and disadvantages of each and every this network, internet, intranet and extranet, right? So in this diagram we have shown the comparisons of internet, intranet and extranet. As we know that the internet is the global internet network, right? There is no any limit, any person over the world can access and share the information, right? There is no control over that, right? But intranet is a private network which is specific to particular organization, right? And the extranet, it is the private network that use the public network but share the information to one or more entity, right? For example, there is a supplier company and they want to supply, and there is a vendor, right? They want to contact with the supplier, want to contact with the vendors, right? So the suppliers are located one intranet and vendors are located on another internet, and they want to communicate, they want to share the information to each other, right? So for that the extranet is required, right? And with the use of the authenticated vendors only can share the information to the supplier, right? Internet is accessible to everyone, while the intranet is accessible to the members of the organization. It has limited access only, right? While in the case of extranet, the permitted external members can access. As I told you, the only those authorized vendors can be able to interact with the suppliers, right? With the use of extranet. Not only it is internet is not controlled by any authority. Intranet is controlled by the specific authority. While in the case of in the case of extranet, it has more than one authority, right? Because vendor side some kind of control is required, as well as the supplier side the controlling is also required, right? So that they can share the information with each other with their trust. Internet is not it is owned by no one. There is no any authority, right? There is no any specific person or organization who is having the internet, right? While the internet has been owned by the single organization. Okay. In the case of extranet, it is owned by single or multiple organization, right? Which of the organization have given the rights, they can access the extranet and they can interact with each other. In the case of internet, anybody can share the information throughout the worldwide. Okay. While in the case of intranet, yes, within the organization, the people or person, those who are working in particular organization, they can share the informations, right? They cannot share the information outside that organization. Okay. While in the case of extranet, the sharing information between the members and the external members, right? Only two parties can share and exchange their ideas and information with each other, right? And they have been collaborated with each other. Okay. Security is dependent on the user of the device connected to the network. Okay. In case of internet, security is to be provided by the firewall. As we have seen, there is a red box is nothing but the firewall, which maintains and controls the traffic and which look after the viruses, right? Okay. If there is a suspicious code is running, is trying to enter in our organization, it is to be handled by the firewall. Security is provided by the firewall that separate the internet and extranet. Okay. There is a separate firewall is required, right, in between the internet and extranet network. As we know that the internet is globally, right, globally available. It is free. It is open to all, right? While in case of in the internet, it is to be regulated and operated by certain policies. Some kind of policies have been given by the organization, right? Under this policy, the resources and information can be shared, right? Extranet is regulated by the contractual between the companies. Yes, there is a contractual contract between the suppliers and vendors, right? And the policy is to be maintained between them, right? And accordingly, the person can exchange their information over the extranet. In the case of internet, the access or facility without username and password, there is no any authentication is required, right? Everything is publicly available, and we don't have any limit to access the resources, right? While in the case of internet, only specific users, some kind of roles have been provided to the users, right? Upper level, higher level, low level, okay? And according to their role, they can access the information. Such as if financial department, they have some rights to access the financial details of the organization. While other department purchase and sales, they cannot access this information, right? In case of extranet, the facility, yes, there is again some kind of restriction between the internal and external members, right? So they can exchange their information, right? They can be they must have provided some kind of user ID and password to access this information and for exchanging the information. Okay. In case of internet, no maintenance, there is no nothing cost is and nobody have to bear the cost, right? Nobody, you don't have to provide the cost for the maintenance. Okay. While in the case of intranet, we have to pay the money to the administrator to who can have for data security, right? So that it is a little bit cost required. Okay, we have to purchase some firewall, we have to purchase some securities related tools, right, to protect the intranet, okay, from the outside world. While in the case of extranet, maximum maintenance is required. Okay, as compared to the intranet. Extranet has the maximum maintenance. Okay, so this is all about the comparative analysis of the internet, intranet and extranet. Now let us see, we have discussed about this what is internet and the advantages and disadvantages, as well as we also seen what is intranet, how to get connect with the internet. But how can we get connected with the internet? Basically there are some kind of devices or some kind of wireless technology is required, wire technology is required to get connected with the internet, right? Without this connection, nobody would be able to access the internet, right? So there are 5 types of internet access technology. The first one is the dial-up connection, the second one is the least connection, third one is the DSL connection, fourth one cable modem connection, and the fifth one VSAT, right? So we will discuss each and everything one in detail. Now let us discuss the dial-up connection. Dial-up connection, basically when at present we are using the wireless and very latest advanced technology to get connected with the internet. But when there was no such kind of technology was available, they were be using the dial-up connection. In that case, they would be using the phone line to get connected with the internet. Okay, along with the internet, it would be require the modem, right? And a specialized device is required. This device get connected with the internet through the use of phone line, right? This modem is called as a modulation and demodulation. So what it does, it converts the analog signal into digital and digital into the analog, right? So whenever any request is coming from the any user from any computer, right, dial-up connection dial-up connection is made, and this connection is made with the telephone line, right? Okay, and user can be able to access the internet using the dial-up connections. Now with the use of dial-up connection, when somebody is calling over the phone line, they cannot be able to access this dial-up connection. Okay, right? So basically there is a single line, and with the either you can call to your friend, or you can use the internet, because there is only single line, right? Okay, so at that time your calling is blocked. If the person is using the internet, your calling will be blocked. So you will be finding the busy signals, right, at that time. Okay, but there are some of the advantages and disadvantages of the dial-up connection over here. What are the advantages? That is the low price, right? Very nominal charges is there. Again, the cost of maintenance is also low, right? Apart from this, it is more secure, because the IP address of the user is continuously changing, right? So if gets continuously changed, it is very difficult to identify the device, right? And it is very difficult to hack the person's identity, right? Basically, it is mostly suitable in which there is no advanced technology is available, right? Only phone line is available. They can in rural care, like such as a rural area, right, where the telephone line is available, and they can access the internet, right, with the use of dial-up connections over a phone line, right? Now there are also some of the disadvantages of the dial-up connection, that is yes, slow speed, right? The it is not the internet speed is not as good as per our requirement, right? And one of the biggest disadvantage is that phone line connection is compulsorily be required, right? Apart from this, you will find the busy signal. Your friend may be calling to you at the same time you are using the internet, right? They will find the busy signals, right, and won't be able to contact you on the phone, right? Again, disadvantage is that telephone cable dependency, right? One should require the telephone cable. So I hope you must have understood the session. The rest of thing will be discussed in the next lecture. Thank you.